Limited.
Good evening and welcome to Carnival World News. I am Elizabeth Tessie Okemukoko. On Carnival World News this evening, Congo's army has announced the start of the summit push against military lead to Rwanda's 1994 genocide in what would be a key stop towards implementing a U.S. brokered peace deal with neighboring Rwanda. The move to disarm the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda comes 2 weeks after Congolese and Rwanda's officials met in Washington to agree on steps to revive the agreement signed last June, and just weeks after the U.S. sanctioned Rwanda's defense force over their backing of the M23 rebel movement. Lieutenant General Drew Marquis, Deputy Chief of Staff to the Congolese Armed Forces, told newsmen that he had been dispatched of the northeastern city of Kisangani to launch preparations for operation targeting FDLR. He said a reception site had been set up in Kisangani to receive those who lay down their arms and fighters would eventually be sent to Rwanda. The Army's announcement came as the M23 fighters pulled back from a list of dozens villages in Lebaro territory in North Kivu province over years. A spokesman for the rebel group described the movement as routine troop rotation in a post on X on Saturday. In Asia, President Donald Trump has warned today Monday that Iran's energy plants and oil wells will be obliterated if it did not open the Strait of Hormuz. This comes after Tehran described U.S. peace proposal as unrealistic and fired waves of missiles at Israel. Israel's military stated that two drones from Yemen had been intercepted on Monday, just 2 days after the Iran-aligned Hamas entered the war by firing missiles at Israel, and that Lebanon's Hezbollah had fired rockets at Israel. Israeli forces carried out missile strike on what they called military infrastructure in Tehran, an infrastructure used by Iran-backed Hezbollah in Herat, leaving black smoke hanging over the Hezbollah capital. meantime, French authorities have arrested 2 more suspects on Monday over a failed attack on Bank of America. Paris officers bringing the total number of detained to 5. This is according to the country's anti-terrorism prosecutor's office. According to the statement by the office, the custody of the first 3 suspects, all of them minors of age, and who were arrested Saturday and Sunday, was extended. The statements did not disclose any information on the identity of the 2 new suspects or their links with the other 3. But under French law, suspects in terrorism cases can be held in custody for up to 96 hours, with further extension possible under judicial oversight. And we take this last one from North America. A U.S. judge has sharply questioned the Pentagon on Monday over whether it deferred a court order protecting journalist access in a closely watched clash over press freedom and executive power. U.S. District Judge Paul Friedman expressed concerns at the hearing in Washington with the Defense Department revised restriction for journalists covering the seat of U.S. military power went even further than earlier rules he had blocked. The judge had asked if this was kefir and demanded to know what was going on. After reading a declaration by the New York Times describing reporters' difficulty accessing areas of the Pentagon, he did not issue a ruling but said the government must respond to the newspaper's declaration. And that wraps up our Carnival World News for today. Thank you very much for staying tuned and for always being here for Carnival Radio to listen to our news. And also do not forget you can always check out our website at www.carnivalmedia.ng. Once again, I am Elizabeth Tessie Okemukoko.